What's up, my friends? It's Saturday. It's Saturday. We're getting hyphy. Getting hyphy. I should actually get like a drink or something so I can get hyphy too. Whoa. The sound is out of control, right? I hear the cheering. You know, I gotta hype myself up somehow. Okay, this thing's a little too loud. Let's try it again. Let's hear some cheering. Oh, let's hear this guy. Let's see what's up. That's hilarious. That's a good one. I have this other one. Scary. Yeah, I think it's a little bit better. Let's turn it down a little bit more. Sometimes it's a little bit more complicated to adjust levels because, in audio, I'm pushing all my audio into something called a limiter. I'm pretty sure that if you're here, you probably know of this. But I'm pushing audio into a limiter. So let's say I turn it down, like let's say 20-25%, and almost nothing happens. So I had to go super hard. I turned it down like 12 dBs. Let's see if that's a little bit better. With the chia. It's here. And then I'm hearing like a big delay, like 10-second delay. Let's see. Okay. That's a lot better. Oof. Okay, let me see if this changes. Every stream, I hope it's gonna get a little bit better and a little bit better. The next step, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create the ducking so that when I'm playing the guitar, I don't hear the microphone and you guys are not hearing the rattling of the strings. That's the next thing that I'm gonna do. Actually, maybe I can do that right now. Just for the fun, right? I wish I could show you guys this. Oh, maybe I can do it in a video instead. Yeah. Yeah. OBS right now, if I try to do anything, it's gonna just like flake on me. So I was thinking maybe I can set a screen recording of this other computer right now really quick, but OBS is not gonna let me probably. But whatever, let's get back to what I was trying to do. And today, you were here yesterday, so we talked about how I was trying to find out what the best amplifiers I have. An amplitude, let's say in case that I want to maybe like try to recreate whatever I find it's the best in amplitude, and I want to have that in Tonex. So I'm in the process of trying to find those pieces of gear. What happened? What is this? Everything is okay. My preview all of a sudden shot me back to the beginning of the stream. And I was freaking out. Anyway, so I was trying to find out what my favorite amps are, and I came up with a lot of good stuff. I made a lot of notes, as you can see. Sometimes something would be like in a certain whatever, like a tier, and then I would just change it to a different one because I was realizing, no, that sounded good right now. But now when I start comparing, because that's what I pretty much was doing, going back and forth, amp, trying to put them back to back, see which ones I like the best and why. And then I was taking into consideration sound, utility, versatility, magic, and as a fifth criteria, how well it takes pedals. Because it's funny, some amps sound really good, and then you put a pedal and they just die. And I'm thankful for you, C67, because you're the one that gave me that suggestion yesterday when I was doing that. So, and then I discovered that there's too many amps to just make one video. So I'm probably going to do like a separation where I'm going to do one just for the clean amps, which is probably going to be your best pedal platform. And then I'm going to do one just for crunch. And then I'm going to do one just for high gain. And maybe for my bass player friends, I might do a bass one too. I never really used the amplitude bass amplifiers. There's no real reason, but in my head, I don't know. I feel like amplitude is my guitar plugin, and I never extrapolated to that. I tend to use either the Corey Wong. I have a pretty nice preset there that I should probably share with you guys. And then I use the Universal Audio, the B15 Portaflex. That's just my favorite amp in the world. Like if I were to buy a real amp, that's what I'm getting, a B15. So amazing. You know what the B15 is, right? Yeah. You guys are nerds too. Anyway, so after finding all this criteria, I discovered what my favorite amps were. Definitely I came up with one that it It might be, we'll see, depending on the rest of the amps that I check, let's say in the crunch and the high gain, but that might be the best amp in all amplitude. And I'm excited to share that one with you guys. I'm pretty sure some of you already have it, and that's the guy that you use. And I just feel like I was left out alone in the dark, but I'm going to make sure that you're not left alone in the dark, and I'm going to tell you which one that is. But so as I was trying to do all that, that's the easy part, the fun part, the great part, you know, you're the guitar and you're just having fun. But then it came down to, okay, so I watched these videos, like for example, Sandra Ray and Charles. He used to be, what was his channel anymore? I can't remember anymore. It was just like letters, like an acronym. Yeah, Stay Metal Ray, right? And so he does these videos where he's like in a Canva kind of preset, and then he just drags the little amp to whatever category he likes for that. And I like that video a lot. So I'm trying to recreate something similar to that. I mean, and shout outs to him. I might give him a shout out in the video too, because that's where I got the idea from. I thought it's probably like, in my head, I don't know, that's the best way to do it. It just feels so nice and so easy. And hopefully I'm going to cut a few little pieces, like, so you can hear the gear too. But I'm trying to do that, and it turns out it's not that easy. So things usually are. So let's see, and let's get here on my computer. I'm going to bring you to Canva with me. I don't know how to use it, so maybe somebody in the chat is going to help me. That's usually the case. Somebody tells me what to do and I don't know what I'm doing. And we're going to try to make it. This little... See, like, I'm going to show you right now my computer. I've been like floating around this idea for a long time, and you can see in 2023 I tried to do the 2023 best Waves plugins. Waves is like an audio company that makes plugins, and well, they make hardware too, but in this case plugins. There's so many plugins, and they're like, at some point in the year they're all going to be $29, but some of us buy it at different prices, right? And I want to make sure that people don't make the mistakes that we made before this transition started happening, because it turned Waves used to be like really expensive. Like you have to pay thousands and thousands of dollars to get their sets or their collections, and all of a sudden you would find them for $200. So everybody that spent thousands on their Waves plugin, they were left out with like a bad taste in the mouth, you know? So I wanted to make that video sharing with people that back in 2023, but then I hit this roadblock, which is, it's not that easy to make these things. At least for me, you know. I'm not a designer. So I'm going to try to see what happens in this template. Should I get some music going, guys? What do you think? Just so that we can vibe. Let me get you guys out of here for a second. And let me find right here some royalty-free music. It's something that nobody's going to give us a copyright strike for. Let's see. Copyright free music. Let's see. Free music for Twitch streamers, blah blah blah, relaxing music. Do we want to be relaxed? Drop a comment in the chat. There's 3 of us. Do we want to be relaxed? Do we want to be lo-fi? Or do we want to be gaming? Let's see. That gaming looks good because it's like an old PlayStation controller, which was my console of choice when I was a kid. Let's see, and let's adjust the levels because this is going to be so different right now. Let's see, now I can bring it back to the computer. Okay. Let's hear now that the music is going. It sounds like it's too loud. It's okay. It's vibey. Yeah, we can vibe. Maybe a little bit less. Just so that it's in the background. Right? Now that we got a vibe, let's start chilling. Let's do the easy part first. Amplify max, right? Best clean amps. And so in theory, what I would like to do is like grab the little amps and just like boop, put them here. I feel like that's gonna look fun when it's done. And we will all be able to have like a visual representation of what I thought at the moment that was the best. Maybe less music. Okay. Beep beep boop boop. Let's see. Let me know if that's a little bit better. Maybe, right? Yeah, okay, here we go. Let's see. So, that's not what I wanted to do. Delete. I want to see how, if there's a way for me to replace this image. There has to be, because right now there's like this little, oh wait, no, that's to rotate it. Or do I just bring a new image? Let's see. I have no clue how this thing works. Let's see. Elements. Stickers. Yeah, this thing has a lot of stuff, huh? Very cool. Oh, I have so many things here in my desk. Everything gets in the way of the screen. Because every time I leave something that is like easily accessible for my kids, it's like basically free reign for them. They can do whatever they want. So I have to always keep myself myself putting stuff all over the place. And then they keep getting bigger, so now I have to put things higher. Or they get in the chair and then they start getting higher, and it's so now the top of my table looks terrible. How to detach image? And now fade. That is not what I wanted to do. I wish there was a way, like, you know, like for example, when you're making a website in like Squarespace or something like that, that it says replace image. That would be so easy, but okay, let me see, how easy would it be to bring my own image? Wait, I don't want to do freaking AI. Yeah. Oh, I wonder if this is something that you can do in the free version. Bring your own picture. It wouldn't make sense. Let's ask the great YouTube. Great YouTube. Let's see. Tell me how to make. How to import images into Canva. Upload image tutorial. Let's see what our friend says here.
Import an image in Canva. It's very easy to do. You can use my link down below in case you'd like to follow along or simply test it. So here's how to import an image in Canva. It's very easy to do. You can use my link down below in case you'd like to follow along or simply test out Canva for free. So on the main dashboard, let's just say we want to go to create a design, and I'm going to do YouTube thumbnail. Keep in mind, you can do whatever design you want. I'm just showing this
Oh, wow.
example. From here, we want to go to uploads.
I should be using this to make my
I
thumbnail.
just want to click on the upload files button. What I'm going to do is find the image that I want and double click it, and then I'll continue on from there. Okay, so there's the swamp. You're going to see it's starting to load. It's almost done. And just like that, I can click on it, and then there we have it. You can make it a little bit bigger, you can make it smaller,
Okay.
center, you can do whatever pretty much, but that's going to be.
Let's see. Uploads. Okay, so now I'm gonna open all the amplitude. Come on, man. Let's see. And I'm gonna start taking the little pictures of the amps. Right? Beep, boop, boop. So let's see what amps am I bringing into the tier list, because I'm not doing everything. I honestly spent a lot of time last night just checking the ones that are like this. For example, I don't know if they're free with amplitude. Well, I didn't get to the crunch. I was doing the cleans. Like these, for example, I checked this, these, and then I went down the rabbit hole, and at some point I just went like and tried this. Not in bass. Wait, which one was it? Yeah, there we go. I guess I clicked wrong. Yeah, and then I started checking these, and I was just like, yeah, there's a few that are great, but there's a lot that is like really bad. And I feel like there's a few here that are free, and that might be the reason why. Because some of them they definitely feel like a step down. Like you're, especially coming, I was like listening, for example, Jimi Hendrix collection, and then all of a sudden I would just like check one of these, and I was just like, it has nothing appealing really to the sound. I mean, yeah, it's a clean sound. These are great. These are fantastic, especially this. But we're gonna get there when we get there on the crunch ones. So yeah, I was noticing that. So I was just like, okay, if I don't see that is something that I purposefully got, like as a pack, you know, I'm not gonna put it in the tier list because I never chose that. Some of them I tried, I guess, but they probably didn't make it anyway. So these are all gonna be just the amps that I tried, that I purposefully got, and some of them that I feel like I never really needed to get, you know? That's what I'm gonna be sharing with my friends right now. And let's try to do this. I wonder if I should do like the whole cutout just like perfect with the all around it, or if I should just like leave it rough, like the little blocks. If I do it once, that's it, you know? That's all I need to do once. Okay. In this video, it's all about the prep work. Because then when I'm shooting the video, it's going to be easy because I'm just like talking to you guys and pulling these things up. Which is exactly what I want it to be. I don't want it to be like a super complex video at the time of the shooting and then make a complicated edit, you know? I've shot myself on the foot more than a couple times. All the little lamps. Okay, music. Got you guys dry over there. What are you guys doing today? It's a Saturday. Wow, 4 of you. I thought I was only with my friend 667 over here. Oh wait, that's a lot louder. No? Yeah, way loud. What happened? Okay, there we go. Okay, back to taking the pictures. And I have these already, I think. Let's see. Okay, the reverb is the last one I have. Now let's do deluxe reverb. Beautiful. Princeton. I did the whole thing. Okay, here we go. Then the super reverb. I wish I could play like music that I like, or that we all like, instead of this copyright music. But then I would have to get like a subscription of something that's like way too expensive. Boom. 122. I love how they made sure that in the little graphic interface, they left it inside the cabinet as it should be, and you can tell that it's inside the piece of wood, right? And then the cables go up where the microphone, where the bobbins and the things that are spinning are. The engines, let's say, the motors. Oop. I love to see a company putting that kind of effort in, you know? Selling a premium product and treating it like it's premium. It's like some companies spend all the money developing the plugin and then they don't spend money in this. I know, money is tight, money is tight. But somebody like IK, you know, it has to be at least like this. I can't wait to see if there's an Amplitude 6. I wish there was somebody here in the channel or somewhere in my life that would be like, had like some like intel about what's happening in IK, if there's something that's gonna happen or not. I feel like in the camera world and all that kind of stuff, there's all these people like following, oh, there's gonna be this new lens in 2025. Oh, but I don't see that happening too much in this kind of things in audio. Tim C, my friend, good to see you today. It's elevator music, needs a guitar solo. That's right. That's right. That is absolutely correct. All this library music, that's what they have to do. They need to leave space so that you can live in there. Here we go. These grimy amps. All the tears. The relicking. See, that's what I'm saying. I feel like Amplitude was like so in touch with guitar people. Because they went a step above and beyond, just trying to do all these things like this. Okay, did I do this one? Yes, I did. Hear that hot PRS SC custom with the split coils. Want that one for sure. Yeah, PRS. I have one PRS. And incredible guitar. It's sort of bad in my mind because it's one of my most budget guitars, but it's the one that I use the most. And even like I was thinking yesterday, doing all these videos and stuff, I always use that guitar. It's the one that I rely on. It's the one that I know exactly what I'm getting. I know that it always is gonna sound good. Every time I use that guitar, everything is gonna sound good. So when something sounds bad, I know it's not the guitar. That's a lot to say. That's a lot to say. I did the change of the pickups, but still the other pickups are good too. I feel like the American pickups on PRS only make sense for people with certain fixations, right? And I've noticed that those kind of fixations are sort of producer fixations or recording engineer fixations. People that have to go really into deep with the sound or live with the sound for too long. these are the people that make these kind of things bother, and me included, of course. But then most guitar players, they don't care. Like that's why a lot of people don't care like about unpotted pickups and everything like that, because they don't care about having like that super extra resonant frequency. But I know that mixers don't like to have an extra resonant frequency because it messes up the mix. So stuff like that. But the SE version, incredible pickups. And the guitar itself, incredible. Like I say, it makes me feel bad that I spend more money on other guitars, because I'm like, I should have just been buying PRS all this time. Like I have like my Gibson Studio, right? Like Les Paul Studio. At the time, it was like sort of budget when I bought it. Still twice as much as the PRS. And you know, it's great and all. I like that I have a Gibson and that it sounds the way it sounds, but I wish I had an S2, you know? Yeah. And then of course I have like a few Strats like this, right? I love this one, especially like, it just feels really good. I love the neck. It makes me feel vibey. I love this guitar a lot. And then I have the Ultra, and both of them are twice as much as the PRS. I still feel like the PRS is like a better guitar, you know? Like the frets are so level, like so perfectly. I don't want to turn this into like a PRS fanboy guy. I feel like the PRS US 8515s are a little devoid of soul character. Is that the correct name of the big? Yeah, the 8515S. That's the thing. That's the thing. I've heard that a lot. I think it just depends on how you work, because in my opinion, they're the best pickups. They have everything so perfect. Not the best, but at least for my job and the things that I try to do, the things that I want to do. Like if I want to make a metal tone, it's always going to sound good because the pickups are so evenly balanced all throughout the frequency spectrum. Where I see like what people tend to call character, or it's because they have like a wild frequency going somewhere that in the end it's a big problem, or it's just gonna make all your amps sound hunky, but you get used to the sound because you're using just your guitars in your own setup. So you're like, yeah, that's how it is, and you adjust everything around it. And then when a new guitar that sounds completely different comes into that setup, it disrupts everything, so you are never gonna like that guitar. People like me, the first thing that I do, I get an amp, I get a guitar, and it doesn't sound good. The first thing I do, for example, is I check the levels, and I notice, okay, how much space do I have to move around? And if I hear, okay, this sounds like too muddy, I'm gonna go for the brightness. Oh, this sounds like too bright, I'm gonna go for bass. I'm gonna instantly react to what I'm hearing and try to make it good. I'm not gonna say like, oh no, this sound bad in my setup, because that's what happens a lot, right? You bring a strange guitar, it's gonna sound bad. It's gonna sound bad. But when you try to make things sound good, what I feel is like I can make the PRS with the same effort. I can make the PRS sound better than the Les Paul any day. Make this Les Paul sound better, I have to work a little bit harder, right? Because I'm always trying to reach for that bar. No matter what guitar I'm using, I'm always trying to get to that great sound, right? Like the other day I had a comment, somebody bought an Ultra because of the video I make. It's like, wow, in your video, the Ultra sounds incredible. And then I bought it and it's trash. And I was like, well, I'm you know, in my video, it sounds the way I made it sound. And in your world, it sounded the way you made it sound. So I don't know if the guitar is the problem. Maybe hi-fi would be a better, yes, I think so. Hi-fi, I think flat is a great way to because that's what I call balanced, right? Flat. I don't have like a crazy 500 hertz or a crazy 1K. And in my world, man, in my line of work, when you're working making music, those things really disrupt your life. Like I made a record and the guitar was like a semi-hollow, nothing special, right? It was just a budget guitar. And almost impossible to make it sound good. Almost. I mean, it took me hours just trying to do like all these clinical work and changing different parts of the song depending on what the guitar player was doing, just because it wouldn't let me put the guitar as loud as I wanted, because just having that extra thing happening that in the beginning you're like, oh yeah, it's just one frequency, but then you have to think that that one frequency that came from the guitar that was like super out of balance, then they hit the amp, and then when distortion came through, that particular frequency started getting repetitions, or because what distortion is, it's just a bunch of harmonics that happen after the main frequency of a sound. So when you pushed into the amp, you started distorting. So now you have the problem that this was making and all its reflections all throughout the sound. So it's opening a can of worms, you know, and then you want to sound like Blink-182. You know what I mean? Then you want to sound like the best record that you heard, and you want to sound like the best people on the radio with the best mixes and the best masters and the best engineers and the best amps and the best guitars. You know what I mean? But you started with a guitar that had a big problem that created more problems when you started distorting it. And that's when you realize that's the kind of thing that never happens with a PRS. And that's when you start thinking, okay, so maybe what character seems to be great in the bedroom when I'm like in my amp or just feeling great, then when I take it in the context of my life, which is making records for other people who are paying me to make their record in hopes to sound good, I cannot allow myself to make that kind of mistakes. You know what I mean? Because I already know, yeah, the record is never going to sound the way you wanted it to sound, because we created a problem in the beginning that was your sound, but in reality you didn't like your sound. You just never heard it with the magnifying glass like that. Even like last week Wednesday, I was cutting a record for a band, and it was like a hodgepodge of things, you know, like one guitar player was in Germany on tour supporting for AC/DC. And then another guy was on the East Coast playing with his band, whatever. And then I was just here with the singer. And one of the guitars, it looked like it's an acoustic guitar, and it sounded like maybe it was recorded either through like a DI or even like it's like a mic electric or something. It was lacking everything. And you know, we all wanted to sound like the Extreme record, or like the Black Album, or the Nirvana Unplugged, or, you know what I'm trying to say? We wanted to sound like all these great records, okay? And when you ask, what kind of records do you like? They come up with amazing sounding records, but what did I have? Was it that? Were you already trying to get that tone? Or now you're just giving me something and, Jorge, make it like this? You know what I mean? I cannot make a single coil guitar sound like a humbucker guitar after you already recorded it through an amp and everything. You know what I'm trying to say? So stuff like that happens, and that's when I feel people appreciate stuff like what PRS is doing. When you live in that world, if you really go in the studio a lot, if you notice, most of your favorite artists who use PRS and stuff like that, they use it in the studio a lot, because they are, I think, guitars that when you put them to the test, the stress test, and you put them in the magnifying glass, they are not making any problems. So let's say if you want a wild tone, you can make it wild because you have this perfect block ready for you to chisel it the way you want it. Where certain guitars you cannot really move too much, or sort of like Tonix, right? If you were to have the actual amp, you can change a lot and the typology stays the same and you feel the same when you do the movements. And in Tonix, no, because it's the Tonix frequency, it's the tone, you know what I mean? Similar to that. Very similar to that is what happens with a PRS pickup and like a great custom bucker, for example. Yeah, it sounds great in like your guitar solo. For you, with that sound, and that's great. That's fantastic. I am pro making your sound the best it can be. But it's not gonna sound, let's say, like other things that you might want. Like that's why all these metal bands use PRS too, because they allow them to create the distortion that they want with the evenness of the sound. And then that's why people like Misha or Misha Mansour from Periphery or all these bands spend so much time with guitar makers and pickup makers. Even Mick Thompson, right? Huge history with EMG. And all of a sudden, boop, he just switches to Fishman and he says, yeah, I was never happy with my tone. Yet, all these followers of Mick Thompson have been buying EMGs and being like brand evangelists, like, oh no, EMG is the real deal. EMG is the real deal. And even Mick Thompson, who is the guy that they bought the pickup for because he recommended it 10 years ago, says, yeah, I never really liked it, but you know, the technology didn't allow me to. There you go. But all the followers, that was the best because the advertisement told them that was the best. So they believed it and they never took the time to listen to it, you know, and then they become zeitgeist. I've heard all these things. And then in the studio, they all get like debunked somehow. But yeah, I've seen that a lot. That's why in the studio, everybody uses the guitars that they think sound the best and not just the ones that they feel the hype for. Even like, even Slash, you know, being just like a Gibson guy. He used to tell you for most of the new record he got, you know? I love this comment. Because of probably just getting bored because they played the same songs live for years and rarely had new ones. Probably his ears begged for a change. Yeah, I agree with that. But I also agree with the EMG problem. There's a moment in your life that you discover that I love EMGs, by the way. But there's a moment in your life that you discover, wow, yeah, I can only sound like this. That's why I bring my VH4 and then I bring my Angle and then and they all sort of have the same issue that I was trying to fight changing the amp. So in the end, I didn't have to change the amp. I've never been an EMG 81 kind of guy. 81, 85. I feel like those 66 that they came up with in the 57s are pretty great. I guess an 85 it's really good for cleans. An 85 is just probably my favorite guitar for, my favorite pickup for cleans. For 80, like super like compressed cleans. Amazing guitar. Anyway, what a great rabbit hole. I appreciate you guys. So I already did this guy. Let's go to the Mass 18. Did you ever try the 57 by EMG? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like those are the good ones. The 57s and the 66. Great ones. Great. I wish you were familiar with the MV6 I just got. I really wanted the PRS, but couldn't find the color I wanted. Yeah, that's a problem with PRS. I want them to make like simple guitars like this, like right? Just like a simple metallic, you know, in their SE lines, just like they used to do in the thin line S2s, so that people can have more choices. Then, you know, color's not a deterrent. I really wanted the PRS, but I can find the color I wanted. It happened to be an MV6, and it seems like it's... Dude, like, to be quite fair and quite honest, Tim, I wanted to get an MV6, okay? You know, at some point, I just got responsible and started thinking, dude, I cannot keep buying guitars just because I want to check them out. And then I checked a few videos from people that I really respect, and it seems like a killer guitar, man. And I've owned 2 Schecters. Earlier in the channel, I did the review for them. Maybe one of them I didn't even get to do the review because I was like very green and making a video was like a freaking whole week endeavor. But I've had 2 Schecters. One of them I held for years. And it was so hard for me to get rid of, but you know, it wasn't the height of the pandemic. And I put it up on Reverb and people were trying to pay incredible amounts of money for that kind of guitar. And I was just like, yep, this is my moment. I got rid of it. And that's how I got started into this madness that is my YouTube channel now. And I started buying guitars. That's how I funded my first, which one I funded with that? I think I already have my Strat. And I might have funded my Telly or the PRS. Yes, I think the Telly and the PRS came out of that deal. So that was a pretty good one. But I noticed the fretwork, some of the best fretwork with the caveat. In the most expensive one that I bought in the end, the Schecter, I think it's one of the Keith Merrow 7-string guitar, not a blues guitar. And it was perfect. But one of the frets, it's like they didn't press it all the way. So it's a quick fix, right? If you just get a little tick, 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 tick hammer, you just put it back in and it's perfect. But yeah, one of them was a little bit not set perfectly, and it was like the 24th. So it gave me basically no issues until I went to the 22, 23, and 24th fret. The 23, you wouldn't hear the note. It'd just be beep, 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 straight from 22, 22, even though you changed to 23 and then 24. That was the only problem it had. The Fishmans that pick guitar had are some of my favorite cleans because it reminded me of that 81 clean, old clean. So Schecter, I only have good references. Only good references. People talk very highly of them. I've had two myself and I can talk very highly of them. Amazing guitars. Amazing guitars. And I wish I had an MV6 so I can share it here in the channel and I can try it because I love a Strat, you know, that's my favorite. Even my PRS, most of the time I'm on single coil. That's my vibe. Really like that. So no shame on your MV6. Explore it, love it, play with it. The more you play with it, the better. And then in the future, you get yourself a PRS. There's probably going to be a better deal than there is now, and there's going to be a better color than there is now. So you're good, my brother. You're good, good, good. Really good. Great guitar. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, let's not. We need to fight the the marketing conglomerates in the big corporate world that is filling your head with ideas. You know, I love this phrase. I can't remember who said it right now, but it's one of these YouTubers that we all follow that are really great. He said, "The best guitar is the one that you already own." As long as you play it. I think it might be Alamo Music, maybe. And I think that might be Cooper Greenberg, the one that says that. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't really know who is it. But it's one of those YouTubers. The best guitar is the one that you already have. That to me is the truth. Except you have a YouTube channel and you're trying to review different guitars and try to point out the differences, then buy many guitars. Yeah, but I'm telling you, it's a kind of worms having different instruments because you have to have a setup that allows you. That's why I did that template I did in the channel. And if you haven't seen it, maybe go check it out. I did that template on Amplitude. And the good thing about that template, if there was anything to take from that one, is that it is really good at getting different guitars in, which is this template actually that we're looking at right now. It's really good at taking care of different guitars in sort of the right way. Let's say if I put a humbucker equipped guitar in this rig, I hear that is a humbucker, I hear that there's a level and tone change, and then when I put a single coil guitar, I'm pretty okay. You know, I'm still hitting my amps, they still sound good. Of course, a little bit cleaner, a little bit thinner, because that's exactly what should be happening, right? So it does happen. And I don't have this huge shock, but let's say if you were to remove like my compressors, mostly the compressor is what's doing that, to be honest. And the relationship between the compressor and the noise gate is what's gonna fix most of the issues that I'm gonna come up with before I hit the amp. And then the other thing that happens is when you see my overdrives and stuff, not this one because I've been playing with this a lot lately, so I've been moving knobs and stuff. But for example, here you see where my level sits on a Tube Screamer or on this guy, because I'm trying to make sure that by the time I hit the amp, I'm not just feeding the amp so much overwhelming level that the amp just is forced instantly to overdrive and I don't hear the amp anymore. I'm not hearing the pedals anymore, and I don't hear the amps anymore. I'm just hearing how the signal degrades the more I distort it, right? Instead of hearing how the amplifier blooms with the level that I'm bringing into it. And that's why I say levels in your pedals, you need to keep them low if you want to still hear the amplifier. And then if you need boost, that's why you need a boost pedal. Don't boost with an overdrive. Don't boost with an EQ. I mean, yes, you can and do it when it's appropriate. I don't like to set up rules. There's no rules. But I want to hear the overdrive of an overdrive. And if the overdrive is pushing so much level into the amp, I am never hearing the overdrive of the overdrive. I'm hearing the overdrive of the combination of the overdrive pushing into the amplifier into overdrive, which might be exactly what you want when you probably use an overdrive and a boost combination in front of an amp, right? So those kind of things are very important, and that's why I did this template right here. So all I'm saying is, like, if you have more guitars, then you have to start thinking about the environment of things that you have, because nobody has 50 amplifiers, you know, just to change with the 50 guitars you have. I mean, Joe Bonamassa does. But you know what I mean? So if you only have one amp, one set of pedals, then you have to make sure that that amp, every time you plug one of your guitars, sound good, right? Because nobody wants a guitar that sounds bad. And again, remember that it's a deep custom in the human being to blame things on the, like, for example, when you buy a $2,000 guitar or a $3,000 guitar or whatever it is, but we all expect them to be great, right? And yes, they are. That doesn't mean that they're gonna sound great in your system. So you could take two routes. You either say, oh, this guitar is terrible because it doesn't sound good in my rig, or you just consider, wow, my rig is not ready for this kind of guitar. Maybe I move a little bit, because you have to remember, not one size fits all. And for example, even I want to make a video on how to use this overdrive alone, because if you have one amplifier, right, and one cabinet, and that's it, and you have several guitars, this guy allows you to fix 90% of the problems that you would have into an amp. Like, just doing this video yesterday, I was noticing there's some amps that as soon as you put like an overdrive into it, they don't really sound good, and so one like this that has all these like things that you can change with just a flick of a switch, or maybe lowering the contour or whatever, all of a sudden, boom, the amp sounds good again. So it's a very, very intricate, very, very interesting pedal, this one. So I might share just the video. I shared a video when I found it, and I made it the thumbnail so that, wow, I found this guy. I can't believe it. I've been using Amplitude, but you know, because you always go for this one, then you see this, then you see all the ones that you've seen in your life, and you try those first. But these never really caught my attention until I was going through every single overdrive to see which is good. And I found it, and now that I've been playing with it, I discovered that it might be my favorite overdrive. Well, definitely an Amplitude is my favorite overdrive, functionality-wise and sound-wise, because I can massage the tone the way I want. Overscream, this one already died for me because the ToneX version that you can use for free here is better than that. But yeah, enough of that rabbit hole. Okay, I got all my little images. Thank you everybody for being here, helping me make sure that I do this job. Okay, so let's see. 57 come, okay, 5, boom. Okay, this one I want to get rid of. Okay, I have 2 of these. I don't want them to distract me. Here it is. Okay, they're all the same. I don't think I need to take the backgrounds off. I can just keep the little blocks like this. Perfect. And they're all like roughly the same size, so I feel it should be easy. Okay, wow, there's 5 of us. I can't believe that there's so many on a Saturday. I wonder what the best day to go on a live stream would be. So far, it seems like to me like Friday afternoon. I had like 11 or 12 people at some point, which is a lot for my channel. As you can see, it's a very small channel. I'm barely starting to get into live streaming and barely starting to educate myself on how to do this better. Every time we do live stream, I make something better in my system so that next time it's like, for example, I feel like the voice sounds a lot better now. I just was like doing too many things just to try to keep the noise down and stuff, because my microphone is like very far away. I don't like to be like with microphone right here, even though it would sound the best and my voice would sound like very manly or whatever. My microphone is like 2-3 feet away, maybe 2 feet away. And and making the microphone that is like that far away sound like this close, like you're hearing right now, it requires a little bit of massaging, right? But it sounds better now, and now the relationship with the music is a little bit better. Now the claps today, we fixed them with the friend of my help, my friend 667. We fixed it a little bit because it was sounding a little bit bad. Like the levels all over the place. So that's what I'm saying. We just keep getting better and better. And the next step I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to make something that when I'm playing guitar next time, I'm gonna set up a compressor so that when I play guitar, my vocal gets muted so that you don't hear the raking of the guitar. So every stream I'm striving to do something a little bit better. And of course I'm getting better like this. I feel like I stutter a lot less because I get a lot less nervous. Now I know that I'm with friends, which feels good. But give me a second, guys. I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick. I've been here for like an hour or something and I haven't gone to the restroom. Go grab a drink or something and then let's keep exploring this thing. Thank you for being here, my friend. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Thank you so much for staying here. I really needed to go to the restroom. But here we are. Now that I drink a little bit and stuff, let's hide this guy. And okay, I fixed the level for that music. It was a little too loud, right? So I fixed that. Thank you, my friend 667. I turned it down a lot. I hope it was enough. Okay, now let's start doing the fun part. Let's see. And I wish there was a way to make this. Oh, you can. Wow, perfect. So when I'm doing my video, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so let's see what happens if I just start dragging and dropping things. I think so. The volume change back to voice was not such a big jump this time. Perfect. Thank you so much, my friend. And we're saving that. Yes, sir. Make sure that next time it sounds like it's sounding right now. Good. Perfect. Thank you, my friend. What would we do without our friends that help us be better? The other day I was doing a mix and at some point they got like a big back and forth about notes and stuff, and it turns out that people were just listening to an old mix that the person that was sharing the mixes with the rest of the people, because I was just sending it to my contact, right? And the person that was sharing with everybody else forgot to send their revision, so they were just listening to the same original one, and whatever. In the end, we all caught up, and there was like, dude, we're really sorry that we were like asking for notes and this, and I was just like, dude, my friend, you're making my work better. When you're making a suggestion, I'm gonna filter through my own person, like whoever I am as a professional. Whatever you tell me to do, I'm gonna do it in a way that I'm still comfortable putting my name on. You know what I mean? I'm not just gonna butch the mix just because you gave me a suggestion, you know? So every suggestion that you guys give me just makes my life better, right? And if it's not good one, I'm not gonna take it. But when it's a good one, I take it, like you see me right here, you know? But I appreciate help, man. I love help. I'm not good at asking for help, but I'm thankful when I get it. Okay, let's see. Boom. Wow, look at this thing. Background remover with one click. Oh, Canva Pro. That's a thing, man. I don't have the budget to be paying for more subscriptions in my life. Now that everything is a subscription, like for example, I suffer just like with Pro Tools. I have to pay every year. And I'm a slave to that one. I have to pay that one. There's no way around it. I have to pay for Pro Tools. Yeah, it's a lot, man. It's a lot. A lot of pain. So I cannot keep adding. And I live in LA, and if you know anything about rent and stuff, I am not paying for Canva, is what I'm saying. I sit down on Final Cut and just do click, 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 and start removing everything. I do all my thumbnails in Final Cut just because I'm not gonna buy it Photoshop or anything, you know what I mean? If I can do it in Final Cut, even though it takes me longer or whatever, but I have it. You know, I have it. I don't have to be paying for that every freaking month. I don't like this subscription thing, man. When it's like for things for work, yeah, when it's like sporadic things that you might need here and there, yeah, but when it's like real stuff that you need every day of your life to perpetuity, and you already paid thousands of dollars just to get into the environment, and on top of that, you have to be paying forever, like a rent. Oh yeah, this is the one. I thought I messed up for talking. I was talking too much. Boom, 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 super reverb amp. I think it's gonna look really cute. Wee, tween reverb. Pretty cute, pretty cute. Keep it cute. 2024, keep it cute. When was the year of keeping it cute? There was a video I made that I said, keep it cute. This is the year of keeping it cute. Okay, let's put the Leslie's. There's 3, but I put them on in the same category. But we have 3 pictures. So maybe when I'm doing it, I can make a little bit of an addendum and maybe jump one down and one up. I don't know. I think this is going to be fun. For me, at least. But in the end, who's living my life? Me. So if it's fun for me, at least I lived a good day. Let's go. It's a lot of work, right? But it's fun, man. When I do videos and stuff and I think, wow, I can't believe that people get paid for this. This might be incredible. What a great job would be. Same thing with music, right? I can't believe, wow, people get paid when you do music? And then like the meme, what? Anybody getting paid? Right? Amazing. I'm glad that that little video unlocked my mind as to how to bring all these little images. Like, then it's gonna be how am I gonna arrange them in the bottom of the screen? I don't know. The music got funky, huh? With that little beep, boop, boop. Very cool. Are we running? Oh, okay. I was wondering, is that banging me or is that the song? Nice, nice. Wow, 6 people in the chat. What's up, guys? How you doing? Time to do a little bit of a reset. I'm just here like trying to check out Canva for a video that I'm trying to do for tomorrow, and you're right here. You're behind the scenes. You're an insider. You're the insider scoop, the inner circle, if you will. It was just like, I was trying to make this video yesterday live on stream, and some of you were right here, and we were trying to find what the best amps and amplitude are so I can make this little ranking little video. And wow, it's a lot of prep work. Luckily, after all this prep work, the video is going to be easy to make, and I'm going to be happy to share with you tomorrow which are my favorite amps in Amplitude 5. Let's say sort of like the ones that I wouldn't want to live without. I could, but I wouldn't want to because they sound so good. And those are going to be reserved. Just S tier is going to be what I'm like. I have to keep them. You have to get them if you don't have them. Or if you haven't used them, use them. That's the idea. And I hope I do a little bit of playing. That'll be so fun too. At least like my favorite ones. And maybe the worst. Ooh, that'll be another great video. Let me write it down. The worst amps in Amplitude. That's gonna be great. That's gonna be fire. Wow, that is so good. Thank you, guys. Thanks to you, I came up with that idea. That's what I like about coming live. And something that's what I like. Sometimes I go and like teach some of my friends how to mix and stuff like that. I don't like to say teach, but share how to mix, because maybe we're all in different places in our careers and we've done it different amounts of time. So some of us know how to do certain things. Some of us know how to do some other. And sometimes I go share with some friends how to mix, and I love it because then I come back to do a mix that I'm doing, and I'm like, wow, I'm so much better. I can't believe just saying things out loud helps me so much. I think I'm one of these people that I've noticed in much of it lately. I have to sort of like be commanding myself in reality. Like I have to be telling myself, okay, now grab this, put it there, do this, blah. If not, I sort of like, maybe because I'm like a little bit ADHD-ish, I get lost in like boom, 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 little things here and there. But if I'm like telling myself, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do that, so I work way better. So just being here and talking to you guys, to all 6 of you right now, makes me do better. Okay, now we can delete this, guys, right? And let's see how easy. Oh, beautiful. Did you see what happened? My mouse. I hope it didn't die. I hope it just like disconnected and it's coming back right now. And this is probably the worst ever designed Apple product, right? Because the charger is right here. It could be right here and you still use the mouse, right? No, they put it right here so that you don't use it at all when you're charging. So let's just do one of these for whoever came up with that idea. Good. Good on you, mate. Good on you. We're all cheering for what you did on Apple. That was a great idea. Too loud, too loud, too loud. Ah, I thought we fixed this. Oh, it's because I hit both at the same time. Ah, no wonder. Sorry guys, I blasted you with cheers. I have a great inside story about what the charging port isn't there. Oh, yes. Tell us. Spill the beans. There we go. Spill the beans. We want to know. Oh, I could just delete the image. And then what? And then what? Wait, but it cropped it. I don't like that. But if, because I just want it like this, and let's start from the bottom. This is what I want. There we go. Wow, it's actually so easy. I just don't know how I'm gonna fit all these things here. But we'll figure it out. Yes, I want to read this. I want to read this. I want to focus on what's okay. I don't have F. Bye-bye. 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 Wait, I don't have E either, right? Yep, no E's. So that's gonna give us a little bit of real estate. Wait, I want to read what 667 is saying. Okay, so the lightning cables get warm. Yes, they do. While charging. That's why all the phones and tablets, people while charging, especially kids, always get fried. Yes, sir. How to stop people from frying the cables? Wow, and always leaving them plugged in. There you go. So it's what seems to be poor design is not poor product design. Is that it's designed for humans. You're right. So the moral of the story is it's our fault. It's our fault that they had to put that thing there. Because if not, we would still be frying the cable. That's amazing. That is amazing. Thank you for sharing that, man. See, you just added so much value today by just saying that. Really, really great piece. I'm gonna try to do it like sort of artsy, huh? There's another small one somewhere here, but I want to go in order. I'm gonna get confused. Okay, I already did the reverb. Let's go deluxe reverb. Like Steve said on the iPhone phone antenna issues, you're holding it wrong. There you go. Yeah, it's designed for humans. That's the thing. These are not just things. And that's what I like to it's such a big lesson, that one, because just when I think about some suggestions that we tend to make sometimes when we know very limited information about things, like me, for example, making that comment about the lightning port, right? That just like showcases the ignorance of some people in certain things and the knowledge of some other people in that same field. It's very, very interesting to me how the more the time passes and the more I grow up and the more I am like cautious about certain things. But there's always these kind of beautiful things that teach you several lessons and makes you think that the people that are doing the work, they are actually thinking not only what you're thinking, but above and beyond. And that is always really cool. Really, really cool. Like sometimes I get comments like, why are my videos so easy? And like, they're like for dumb people or whatever. Somebody said something offensive one day. I want to say that maybe that was the only comment I've ever deleted, because it was derogatory to a certain demographic and I didn't like that. So of course I got rid of the comment. But just making like illusion that my videos are like for not smart people, let's say. And I was just telling, well, you know, I cannot make videos thinking that everybody's an audio engineer or that everybody's a producer, that everybody went to Berkeley, you know what I mean? It's like, and that I learned in my first few videos, because I would say things like in passing. And because to me, it's like I'm thinking like everybody knows the same things I know, right? Like when that's what we think in our little, one person world, right? You think like all these tiny little piece of knowledge, everybody should know this. I don't think that I'm telling anything new. And then I started realizing like those are the things that people ask them more, like, oh wait, what's this thing? What are you doing? Oh, wait, so what would you do in that case? And it's just like, wow, so this is where the wealth is for the people that are trying to unlock their own minds at that point. Maybe I'm not shifting paradigm, I'm not changing paradigms in people's lives, but the person that maybe is just getting started and trying to get into this world of freaking stuff, maybe they are able to get a little bit of value, and then that doesn't discourage them from playing the guitar, because sometimes we stop doing things because maybe they're too hard, or maybe somebody tells us they're too hard, you know? So that's what I like to do in my channel. Maybe I don't have like a pro, like I'm trying to be a pro, you know what I mean? You go make a channel for me so I can be a pro thanks to you. You know, I'm sharing what I can right now. But it's funny, man. That's one of the only things that I am not gonna allow, because people say all mean things and I don't care. I have pretty thick skin. I really don't care about much. But when you say something about a demographic, man, I don't vibe with that. I hope I'm not losing followers right now because I said that. Because we live in a very divisive era. But whatever. I know you guys are all friends. And at the very least, we respect each other. Alright, that looks pretty nice. Right? Let's see. So you just click it. Wait. So you just click it and it shows up. Okay, I don't have to drag it. I've been dragging it until I made the mistake. I wonder, this could even be like good for the thumbnail too. I told my family that I was just gonna take like half hour more. I think I'm already coming into that time or more. But coincidentally, that's when more people are showing up. Hi. How are you, friends? I'm just here chilling in Canva, trying to make this little tier list so that I can make this video later today for you guys, where I'm gonna be sharing tomorrow my favorite amps in Amplitude 5. The ones that I enjoy playing the most, and the ones that I not so much enjoy. Welcome. Say hi. There's a lot of good friends here. They have a lot of knowledge. I've seen that there's people here in the chat usually that have lots of knowledge in different fields, and a few of you are veterans in your field. So sometimes sparking conversation might be something good for you, friends. We have to exploit every little piece of network that we have. I tell myself because I'm terrible at that. Okay, is this the... Yeah, because I have the camera right here. I can't see what's happening right here on the screen, right? But I think I'm going with the T now. The vintage T. I'm curious to know where you guys are watching from. I know that 667, you're from Germany, right? I want to say yes. I'm starting to get confused because I have a few of you friends that are regulars. But I kind of want to say, no, Jordan is from Germany. Jordan is from Germany. But yeah, I want to say, oh, Tim from Indiana. Great. My sister lives pretty much in Indiana. I don't know where though. Okay, yeah, 667, Germany. Ooh, Blinky, my friend. Good to see you here, dude. From Oregon. Dale Summer for Fort Collins, Colorado. Nice. Wow, I'm glad to see that. There's like a lot of places. That's so cool. Very cool. Very, very cool. That is very nice. And hi to you all. I've never seen you, Dale, I think in the chat. So welcome. Thank you for having us here with you. Because, right, I have you guys right here with me, but you guys have me there actually in your homes. And that to me is amazing. Can't believe it. It's like inviting a good friend over and just like listen to him talking smack for a while. Yeah, but I'm glad that I learned how to do this today. And then I learned that with Canva, I can do remove backgrounds with, but I have to pay for it. Remove background with one click. I spend so much time on every thumbnail just trying to do that. Love your channel and what are you doing? Thank you so much, my friend. What are you doing with Amplitude 5? Yeah, so yesterday in the stream, I was telling the guys that I've been wanting to make like because I've been using Amplitude for so long now at this point, and I came up with like a few amps that I really like and some that I don't like too much. And I thought it was very interesting to make a video sharing with you guys a list of my favorites. To begin with, everything in this list is going to be good, right? I already like took out some of the ones that I feel like there's no point to even have them in a video. So for one, you're gonna see what I consider to be the best, and then I'm gonna share the ones that I want to keep with me forever, that I wouldn't want to lose because they have some magic and something special. And the categories that I used to choose all these amps, and I already did it. Like, here's my homework. But the categories that I use is sound, utility, versatility, magic, and since this is gonna be the clean category, as you can read right here on the top, my point is, how good does it take pedals to? So I'm kind of balancing those 5 things filtered through my perspective and my own knowledge and who I am as a person to tell you what I think it's the best, and I'm definitely going to try to keep, in maybe the case that I were to at some point go to Tonex, I know that this is sort of like the bar that I'm trying to set myself for, like, let's say amplifiers that I may want to buy at some point, because as you can see, Tonex, you have to pay so much to get all those collections. So tomorrow, if I am diligent tonight, tomorrow morning, you'll be waking up with, if you're here in the US, you'll be waking up with one of my videos with this tier list. And of course, you know, all the banter and the smack that I talk in every video, just because that's who I am. But I hope to have you here tomorrow when I launch this video. And yesterday we were listening to the amps, and that was really, really fun. Okay, let's see. Curious to see your choices. Yes, sir. Oh, let's go, 667. You're always the best at this. Yes, there's 7 right now in the chat. And oh wait, there's 6 likes right now. Nice. Nice. Thank you for clicking, everyone. It really does help. I'm so bad at social media. But yes, thank you so much, 667. I really need that. Let me see if I can put this guy here or here, so I can still read that that's a vibroverb. Thank you for liking, everybody. And thank you, 667, for directing the orchestra over here. This is it. I get by with a little a little help from my friends. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. I cannot say thank you enough, man. Life is so much better when you have nice people that, you know, are just right there being nice. I try to be that for other people's life, and so I'm really happy when somebody's like that with me. You're gonna make me emotional, man. Right? No, but it is, man. It's so hard to be nice. Dale Summers says that he likes the Mesa Transatlantic but tends to stick with many of the Fender amps. Yeah, I would agree with you on that. When I check it, when I use it, and I did a video where I went through all the amps pretty much in Amplitude and in all the Crunch amps. And I was checking that one, the Transatlantic, and it has a great sound, but I feel like you have to tweak it a little bit too much. And in the end, it always felt to me like it sounded a little bit like small. I mean, of course, it's a combo, I get it. But something that I get from the Fenders, and I'm going to mention this in my video tomorrow, not all the Fenders, but a couple of them, when the output level in Amplitude, right, when this output level in Amplitude right here, let me see if you can see that actually with enough detail right here, because I don't have a way to do zoom right now. Or I don't know, right, of a way to do zoom right now. But when you see that output right here in Amplitude, when all these amps are at the same level, some of them sound just like big, you know, like super really defined. And that is just what the amp is. And that is gonna always, in my opinion, sound better. Except if I'm trying to do something like lo-fi where it can benefit from that. So that happens to me with the Mesa Transatlantic. It never sounds like it's coming like outside of the speakers, right? But with other amps, I do get that. It just feels like zoop. The sound is like above and beyond. And that makes me feel so nice because it makes me feel the music a little bit more. But we all like different things. And again, like I said, these are going to be my choices. And this is just cleans at the moment. Okay, where are we? Did we do... Yes, we did. Did we do the mass? I don't see it. Let me change to this camera and move this right out of the way for a second so I can see that whole section. Okay, let me fix this mistake really quick. I'm always working around that camera being right there. But okay, now that's a little bit better. And I already did the JH100, the two, the mass, and on. I don't know how I'm gonna fit these 4 amps. Maybe I'm doing them a little bit too big, but it doesn't matter. It's still gonna be fun. Okay, so let's do the mass now. Do you guys use this one? I've used it in real life. I don't know if it's the mask, but I've used the Dr. Z. I went to a store once, and when I played it in real life, it amazed me. I couldn't believe how nice it sounded in the room. Nice. Love the level of sound design knowledge you have in your videos. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Thank you. I hope that I can bring some value to you guys, because I know you guys are great guitar players, or are on the way of becoming great guitar players because you practice enough and you understand the value, you find great teachers online or wherever. So I'm the guy that is going to help you have a little bit of a better tone. Not because I tell you what to do, but because maybe you hear something that just sparks an idea in your brain, and then you are going to have a better tone than I have. And then my job will be done. That's my hope. That's what I've been doing my whole life. I never was a guitar player as a musician growing up because I had so many great guitar player friends. So I was just like, what do we need actually in the music industry in my country? Because I'm from a country in Central America called Nicaragua. And I really like drums, and I felt like everybody needed a drummer. So I was everybody's drummer. And that was a good time. But when I was a drummer, I was always trying to help my guitar player friends to get good tones and always tweaking with their amps. I was just play. Because I was always like super concerned about how we sounded on the stage. And then that led us to some of the people made the investment to buy a PA. And then we started messing up with mixes, live mixes, and try to figure out how those things work. And that's how a lot of people got their career started. So we did a lot of that stuff. And that's how I gained love for the studio. And then when I started recording with bands and stuff, and I was really good with the metronome because I was a drummer, but I always practiced with the metronome. So I had a pretty good timing. So bands like to, I would go with bands to the studio, and I did a couple records with people, and that was pretty fun. But that's why I never paid attention to becoming a good guitar player. I always knew like power chords and stuff, but nothing more than what I needed to like, because I always like to sing. So I never learned more than what I needed to learn to like sing the songs that I liked. That was pretty much all of it. All right. So now when I'm doing my video, it's just a thing of like, boom, right? Sack, pa, and then that's it. Wow. So this Canva, in the end, it worked out okay. So how do I save this? Because wow, you can even record yourself. Yeah, I never used this thing, but then I'm pretty sure when I click something, it's gonna say, oh yeah, you need to pay for this though. But see, this is cool now. Okay. This is exactly what I wanted to do. Exactly what I wanted. And now I can just like drag and drop the little amps, and when I'm doing the video, I'm gonna go to full screen like this. And of course, when I do the full video with the edit for tomorrow and everything, I'm gonna have like little zooms. And for my favorite amps, I'm gonna try to make like a few little sound bites that I can cut into and put them in the video so you guys can hear the things that I'm talking about. Or let's say maybe the ones that are my S tier, maybe I will pull up amplitude like at the end of the video and maybe share why the things that I'm hearing. Or maybe that needs a whole video on its own. I have a video planned that I call it Tone Philosophy, which may sound a little bit dumb or pretentious or however you want to qualify it, whatever adjective you want to give it. But my idea with it is that I want to help people that don't have a way of thinking things to learn how, because that's the way the equipment works. So it's sort of like a translation in our minds on how can we translate our thoughts into tone, or the way we should approach certain things so that we can appreciate things for what they are and not through our biases and just like bashing something because it's not exactly what we wanted in our head initially when we first grabbed it and picked it. And that also helps us like maybe not spend too much money on things, because sometimes we would buy other things thinking that we want to get certain tone. For example, I remember in several occasions in my life, for example, especially in acoustic guitars, I haven't liked the guitar, and then when I change the strings, I do. And it had been more a reason of like just choosing the right string, and then the guitar sounded great. And then I extrapolated that idea to electric guitars, and it worked exactly the same way. Like, for example, the PRS 2408, custom 2408 that I have, the SC version, it came with 9s. And something I didn't like it, but I was just like, wow, but it feels like the levels are so well done, the fretboards are so well done. I really appreciate the way the guitar is done. So why am I not liking it? I wonder if these strings are just like hurting it. And I went to, I mean, again, everybody knows with funeral guitars that you should be changing your guitar strings when you buy your guitar, right? No matter how new it is or whatever. But so I changed the strings and I put 10s into it, the 10s that I'm used to, the 10s that I already liked, because I know there's a difference in tone with strings, and it makes a big difference. But so when I removed that part and I just brought the strings that I liked, I was just like, wow, now I can hear the guitar for what it is and not for my bias from not liking the 9s. And so that taught me a lesson, because it's very little investment compared to other things. And sometimes that will help you. And that's why, for example, you see people that are really amazing at their craft and they have one amp, but they are playing with the volume knob, the tone knob in their guitars. Then they bring this like very tasteful pedal, or they always have the volume at a certain level or the treble at a certain level. But then let's say you go and play in their amp and you just go full blast and you put your guitar on 10 and everything, and it sounds like ASS. But the other guy sounds incredible. So sometimes few things that we can do with ourselves are going to give us better tone, just because now we're being a little bit more deliberate about what we're doing and how we're doing it. But right now it sounds like I'm preaching to the choir. I know you guys all know about all these things, but I'm going to make a video about it because you are my inner circle. Look, right now there's 8 of us. That's how tight this inner circle is. So I feel like I'm preaching to the choir because I feel like, these things better than I do. But there's like then a few other people that don't. So I'm excited about that video. But for tomorrow, I'm excited to give you guys this tier list. Like I said, I already did all my homework. I got all the amps. You see it? I already know exactly what I'm gonna say. Not really, I have no clue. I never prepare my videos at that level. I want to be spontaneous. But either way, we've talked a lot of things today. I appreciate every single one of you. I'm gonna give you guys a shout out because you guys were awesome in the chat. My friend 667 DPB, always hanging out here in the chat. Big friend, big supporter. I'm appreciating you every single day that you're here. My friend Dale Summer, thank you for coming today and sharing so much positivity, man. That was always nice. My friend Blinky Wink, that I've never seen in the chat, but I see you in my shorts and you always have like fun stuff to say. I appreciate that, my brother. And was there somebody else today? I think that was it for today. Those are the only ones that report themselves. And I'm gonna be giving you guys shout out every time I can, now that I'm starting to get a little bit hopefully better live streaming. So don't be shy to comment in the chat section. Tell me who you are, where you're from. I'm gonna try to take my time to be a better host and ask these questions from you guys, and even ask you to please, if you haven't, go like for the algorithm, please, because it does help me. And maybe at some point there's more of us and we can share more knowledge, and it's not just me talking smack, it's us having a conversation and all of us learning from everybody else. But without saying anything else, my friend, I appreciate you being here, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much. Whoop.